right, Aries, we're going to go ahead and clarify what courage was needed to overcome this addiction. What courage was needed by Aries to overcome. What was behind the courage? Here, Spirit, please. All right. Huh? The Empress. Three of Wands. The Tower. Yeah. So, you know, the Tower is definitely, you know, came in, you had a shock. There was something that happened that just upset your reality, right? You have that Tower moment. If that, you know, we can see there's some butterflies coming out of this Tower. There's, in this card, there's a squirrel sitting looking up at the stars. They've got their acorns on the ground. There's like butterflies coming out of this Tower. This is a really interesting Tower. So I don't know if you can see the butterflies. So yeah, this tree is being destroyed. The squirrel's looking up like, hey, like I lived there. This is what I invested in. This was mine. And those lightning bolts coming in and just tearing down your, right? This is a false mask, that false place you were living. And then out of it come these butterflies, right? These magical butterflies. This is that child learner energy emerging. So out of this tree comes those butterflies. Out of this disaster. You wouldn't have known those butterflies were in there, but there they come, shooting out of this explosion. You know, you're the squirrel going, hang on, I lived there, I invested there, like this was my home. No, it wasn't. And in fact, it had trapped these beautiful butterflies in there, right? These are the beautiful butterflies, those children inside of you that were hidden away, hiding. You kept in the bubble, like the child of wonder in the bubble below, and the child at the top who's standing in fear, hidden away in your subconsciousness, hidden away in your heart. They're free now. They're free because you're not compromising yourself. You're not turning over your authority. What is this? Compromises integrity and honesty. Because you've become addicted to a substance or a situation or a person. Sacrificing so much well-being, so much life in you. This is what gets free, right? This Tower moment has come in. The wake-up call. This has brought you courage. The Empress and the Three of Wands, right? It's thinking about what is the life within you? What have you been investing and growing in you? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to create? You want to be free, because once you free these butterflies, life can come out of you again. You can give creativity and birth to who you are. You can begin to dream again. You can head off onto adventures that await you. But while you were turning everything over, all of your power, to something inauthentic, something that was taking power over you, this wasn't possible. So that's where you were able to get that courage. You know, there was this, you wanted more. You wanted more. You wanted to create something. You can't create anything when you're in addiction. There's nothing to give. There's nothing that can grow. Nothing that can grow that you want, right? Like we have this sun and this world. The world is available to you now, right? You can make plans for the future. You can see a future. You can imagine a future unlike any future before. But it took, yeah, it took courage to get there. All right, let's get some clarification around what you've learned, right? We've got that inner child work, the learner. Here, Spirit, can you please clarify learner for me? What the child, I'm sorry, can you please clarify child of crystals? The learner is the word on the top, but it's child of crystals. Can you please provide clarification here, Spirit, for child of crystals? So what, 10 of Pentacles, the Emperor, Aries card, your energy, Ace of Pentacles. Wow, this is amazing energy, right? This is your growth. You've stepped into your true power. When you unleash these children, and I talked about that energy being abstract, trying to figure out what form that's coming into play. Well, this is whatever you decide, right? You're stepping into being your own king. I mean, more than a king. The Emperor is all the kings, all the elements, all together, master of his universe, right? So we've got Emperor, woo, baby, hello. Look at this. You are in balance. Emperor and Empress. Yeah. You've balanced yourself out. You've come into union with yourself. You've healed yourself. You're figuring out how to take care of yourself. You're figuring out how to be whole. When you are whole, that is when the rest of your life will begin to click, right? And becoming whole, balancing out your yin and your yang energies, this brings you into alignment with love, with spirit. This was what was blocking you, and you're clearing that. You're ending that cycle. So good for you, Aries. Awesome. So that you can create joy, family, community, connect to your soul's purpose. And you've got some new ideas about what that's going to look like. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. In something that's grounded and real, like really stepping into your power and creating a new world. Like you can see this Emperor too. You know, he's sitting on the world. She's got the world, you know, this is yin energy, right? The creativity within her. And then for him, the creativity that comes out. So bringing forth, you have something you want to give birth to. You want to give birth to something, which is where you dealt with your addiction. I mean, some of you could have been really wanting to give birth, and being in an addictive place is not where you're going to grow a child. But more importantly, how do you manifest life from an addictive place? You can't. I mean, not in alignment with spirit. And now you can bring forth to the world, right? This is the growth that you've got coming in for your next cycle. You can bring forth that growth to the world. You can bring forth your gift, your creative gifts. Success still needs to be let go of. Spirit, what can you tell me about the success that needs to be let go of still? Here, Spirit. Justice. I mean, like I can just see, I'm going to pull the rest of the cards, but you can see how this woman is comparing herself, right? In this deck, like this reflection, like I'm looking at myself through other people's, like I'm comparing, like there's so much comparison. I see myself through the eyes of others. But yet she's taking power back over this, right? She's got that sword, the woman on the top, and the woman on the bottom kind of has this deadpan look, like this is what I'm supposed to be, this is the ideal. And the woman on top's like, yeah, I've got this sword here, and I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done with it. I'm releasing that. Yeah, I'm putting an end to that. I'm putting an end to, you know, trying to be perfect. It's really about trying to be perfect for someone else. I'm just going to be me. And when you do, whew, Emperor, Empress, in alignment, the world, ending of this cycle, right? This is done. Step into your light. Be you. Look up and find spirit. Look up and find the love in you. That circle's coming around. You see that completion of circle? That circle completion, that's that same thing in the Emperor, the Empress. We've got the circles and the pentacles, right? You're coming for full circle. The world is the end of a cycle. It's time to be done with how you've been letting other people define success for you, because you have the whole world available to you, the energy of the universe. And it's time to use that energy, all of that planetary energy, all of that cosmic magic, to propel yourself forward into new directions defined by you, but not by someone else. And the Magician, right? Definitely manifest your own dreams. Let go of other people's definitions of success. You have everything you need within you. You need no one else to tell you what that is. Yeah, use your own intuition to guide. You can see this person is casting their own magic, their own spell. You know, she's getting that download from spirit into her. The woman on, the world, the light is coming into her, and then this person is sending that out into the world. Again, that processing, that yin receiving, and then yang sending that back out into the world. So, bringing things into balance. Like, now I'm doing things my own way. I'm done with these like fake representations of who I'm supposed to be that have no feeling, because I'm in my addiction. I'm numb. I've checked out, right? I'm freeing those children in me. I've saved them, my childlike wonder. Let's go ahead and clarify the last card, right? The surprise from the universe, the harmony. Spirit, what's the surprise coming in for Aries? Surprise coming in for Aries, please, here, Spirit. The moon. The star. 2 wands. Okay. Healing a lot of your fears. Being willing to go in and look at what you couldn't look at before, right? What were you hiding behind the masks, right? Having the courage to open that up. But when you do that, right, being able to go deeper into your emotions, there's still some more work to be done. You have managed to get free of your addiction, but you are not finished. So Spirit is with you to continue in the journey, and has you, so that when you feel like you're going deep, deep within, right, Spirit is there to help you move through this, so that you can get that healing energy of the star. You can see the light of, again, you've got universal love coming in big time for you, Aries. Spirit is sending down the light to help you through this difficult time, to move through your releasing of this archetype, this form of playing out the addict. And you do that so that you can learn how powerful you really are, by casting out the addictions, by recognizing you've turned your power over to something that you had no business doing, that's compromising your integrity, compromising your honesty, bringing forth tons of shame because you're not in your truth, right? And instead, you're able to confront that and do that work. This work is still coming up for you. And the surprise about that is, when you do it, when you release this, a healing comes in. And this is that full moon energy I keep talking about. So do that again, that full moon ritual around releasing, and it's success. Success is your definition of success. And thinking about where your power is, it's coming from Spirit, right? This is coming in from Spirit here in the star, in the world. You can see those sources coming in of light that are coming down to you. And now you get to have a new day. You see the sun coming in through the window, and the world sitting at this woman's feet, or on the floor. She's sitting here wondering, where do I go next? What adventure awaits for me? And if you look in the tiny corner there, I don't know if you can see that little VW bug with the surfboards. This takes us around to the dream, right? Where you are. She's dreaming about going. Let me flip those around. She's dreaming. That didn't work. She's dreaming about going here to the place. You know, this is the dream. The 2 of the Wands and the 3 of Wands is actually showing up. And that's what you had courage, because you have something you want to do. Something that you see yourself doing. You want to get on that surfboard and hit those waves and check out some new horizons, right? This 3 of Wands, as you see this flame burning, there is a flame burning on you, for you to get out there and give something to the world. There's something that you are building, some kind of empire, something you're doing collaboratively, but you have some kind of gift here in this 10 of Pentacles that you're ready to deliver and execute onto the world. So that's it for that piece there for you, Aries. So Aries, before I get into your oracle advice at the end of your extended, I wanted to come back. I forgot to cover the signs that you will be engaging with in your extended. So in the clarification, there were a couple of signs that came up. So the first card placement on courage, the courage that you would need to overcome, the courage that you developed in yourself to overcome your addiction, was the Empress. And the Empress can signify Taurus or Libra, a Libra in your life. So either a Taurus or Libra has helped you be courageous, or a Taurus or Libra will help you into the creation that was within you, the motivation. So in the clarification, the Empress represented something you were bringing birth to, right? Something inside of you that you wanted to bring forth into the world, but it was some part of your internal self. So that's why it was showing up in the Empress. We saw the Emperor, which is the next sign, which is your sign, Aries, in the placement for where you've grown. And that was where we had the card, the learner card, or the child of crystals, or page of swords, like new information coming in. And on that card, there was a child in the bubble, the little scared child in the background, kind of returning and restoring your inner child, the child that you kept away, kind of hidden behind the addiction, or that child that needed to be, not just recovered or reclaimed, but what happened in childhood that led to those addictive patterns and processes. And so what you're learning about is Aries is you. Or it's possible too that an Aries will help you learn something about yourself, has been part of your growth process. Or one more possible interpretation is that your experience becomes what it is you bring into the world. Your ability to overcome addiction is what you've learned about. Your story is what you are giving, right? That's your yang, your emperor. That story, your story, is the thing that needs to come out, right? Is part of your empire building. The emperor builds empires. The last placement that had some signs I wanted to mention was the gift, the surprise from the universe, harmony. And I talked about music and vibration and bringing different vibrations together and raising your vibration. And so who are you going to be making music with? You had the moon card and the moon, and you had the star card come out in the clarification. So the star is in Aquarius and the moon represents a Pisces. So look towards a Pisces or an Aquarius that will be coming into your life. Or that may be in your life, although this is a surprise from the universe going forward. So this person could be in your life and you just don't have this kind of connection. But in the new year, you're going to be coming together in harmony, vibrating together with a Pisces or an Aquarius person in the new year. So I just wanted to touch on those signs. I forgot to include those. And later I was like, oh, I need to go back. So here's that plugin. And then I'll just splice this in the video so we can continue on with the oracle advice as we close out the reading. But I wanted you to have that information, Aries. All right. Advice from the Animal Spirit Guidebook here, The Wild Unknown. I'm going to get some oracle advice from the animal spirit, the wild unknown animal spirit. deck. Spirit, what final advice do you have for Aries as Aries closes out this cycle for themselves here? Final advice do you have for Aries as they close out this cycle and emerge from the darkness? Hawk energy. Right, Hawk. Okay, Hawk. Hawk, when in balance, sees clearly and is intuitive, right? We're not in a lower vibration. When out of balance, sees too much and becomes suspicious. So to bring into balance, shift your perspective. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly, though it may seem small or insignificant. It will eventually redirect your course. Okay, you are definitely getting a message from Spirit. Like this, this interpretation, this deck, the way this hawk is interpreted, this is a message from Spirit coming to speak to you. And this is all over, all over your reading. You've got the mermaid watching and lifting and carrying the ship. You are being supported very much by Spirit. You've got these spiritual downloads connected into Spirit. You are not to take this lightly. You have done the hard work of kicking this addiction. So you can be the magician. You see this light coming in from Spirit, even your tower. This is Spirit reaching down from the heavens to unleash the butterflies within you. So don't take it lightly. You've got serious spiritual guidance. This is your gift. That's your gift coming in the new year. Is Spirit. Spirit is watching you and it's got a hand on you. Don't worry about feeling your feelings. Do those deep dives. Be okay. You'll be okay. Spirit's totally got you. You're going to be okay. You're being guided because there's something Spirit wants to co-create with you. This is co-creation with Spirit. There's something Spirit wants you to give birth to. I've got this Sacred Cycles deck. We're also going to get some additional advice from another one that that's new to me, and I'm thinking I just absolutely enjoy this. This is based on a woman's body, the anatomy of a woman, as well as, well, I think it's mostly around the cycle of birth and life. Seems appropriate because we're ending cycle. So, Spirit, what advice, Spirit, do you have as we close out this reading for Aries here, Spirit? Okay. Solar eclipse. And right here on the front, what do we see? But a hawk, right? Another hawk in the sky. I mean, Spirit is watching over you. You are being divinely guided. Spirit has a message for you. Do not take it lightly. Whatever dreams are coming to you, whatever intuitive things are coming through, journaling, writing, music that you hear, you've got messages coming in from Spirit. You are being directed and guided to build something, right? To be this emperor. You have an empire to build. You need to listen up because Spirit's talking. All right, solar eclipse. Let me go ahead and read this card to you. So again, this deck is designed off of cycles of the human body cycles, as well as universal cycles, cycles from the universe. But I create my own reality, right? This is taking your power back here. The striking visual experience of a solar eclipse can make any earthling pause in their tracks. While not safe to look at directly, the light cast by the moon's shadow crossing in front of the sun creates a supernatural and humbling experience. Suddenly, it's obvious how much you rely on the sun's light. This is an initiation, a portal through which you can pass to a new reality simply by changing your perspective. So you can see the portal here, and you in there, but you see the person's eyes are closed, right? So it's inside of you. A new, more aligned view and experience of life beckons you. Habitual patterns and belief systems rooted in fear will not serve you right now. It's time to look at your situation with fresh and loving eyes. Allow your inner knowing to guide you now and at all times. The only thing that needs to change at this moment is your view. Whether by walking a mile in another's shoes or doing a forward bend to literally turn things upside down. Seek out ways to create a unique perspective. Shift and open to your highest potential. So your journal prompts, journaling, this is a meditation prompt. I meditate through journaling. How is a habitual thought pattern? What is a habitual thought pattern I carry? How can I reframe it to better serve my growth? So we know already that there's this issue with success, but what are the thoughts that you keep coming back to? And those are going to be thoughts about what's possible, who you are, what is reality. And the point of this card is to remember you create your own reality. There's a portal that you can step through, and it's in your mind. All you have to do is change your perspective. But you've got to know what thoughts are running around in your head, because those are keeping you trapped. And Spirit wants those out of there so that Spirit can come in and do get you into alignment to do, to co-create with Spirit. When you co-create with Spirit, miracles happen. Like mountains. You see the mountains in the background? Those mountains move. Those mountains aren't even there. Or you see mountains that once weren't there. Opportunities. And so forth. Alrighty. Let's see. One more thing I was going to do. Oh yeah. Your soul. Soul truth. Soul truth deck. What message? That's just an instruction card. Does your spirit have? What message does your soul have? Soul truth message. Let's get a message from your soul truth. From the soul truth. Your soul. A message from your soul. Spirit, what message does? What message for Aries soul needs to come through today as we do this cycle that's ending reading for Aries? What message needs to come through, please, Spirit? All right. Move these out of the way. Am I apologizing for my truth? What part of you is apologizing for your truth, and why? Today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Today's mantra, courage is contagious. All right. That's what I've got for you, Aries, as you end out this cycle of addiction. Spirit wants your attention. There is something you need to co-create with Spirit. When you find yourself feeling a little bit wobbly as you go forward, remember to breathe. Courage is contagious. Be the lighthouse that shines on courage, right? It takes courage. It takes courage to overcome addiction. It may be the very thing that Spirit wants you to do, is to share your story in the new cycle, right? It's to teach others how you overcome drowning in the depths of your own fears and emotion and came back to the light, found your way home. And when you did that, you freed those children trapped inside of you so that you could really step into the light of day and be part of a larger community, helping others find their way also back into the light. Remember, full moon ritual this Friday, the 18th. Go ahead and release your notions of success. Depending on when you're seeing this, just the next full moon ritual, get rid of those blocks around success. No. Spirit said no. All right, you guys.